man just threatened to call the US Embassy because his credit card got declined at a ramen shop in Osaka. Not because of fraud, not because of his bank, because Japan should accept American cards automatically. He's standing at the counter, holding up the line, genuinely confused why a Japanese restaurant won't override their payment system for him. I'm watching this from 2 tables away, trying to eat my noodles in peace. The card reader keeps beeping. Declined. He tries again. Declined. The teenage cashier, who speaks perfect English, says maybe try another card? He looks at her like she suggested he pay in seashells. This card works everywhere in America, he says slowly, like she's the one not understanding. She nods politely. He swipes again. Still declined. Then he says it. Is there someone here who understands how American banking works? Sir, you're in Japan. Your card doesn't have international transactions enabled. The owner comes out, offers to help him find an ATM. He shakes his head. I shouldn't have to use cash. This is 2024. The owner, with the patience of a saint, explains that many small shops in Japan prefer cash. He crosses his arms. Well, that needs to change. My noodles are getting cold, but I cannot look away. He finally leaves to find an ATM, muttering about filing a complaint. The owner apologizes to everyone waiting. We all pretend we weren't watching. But here's what got me, the pure confusion on his face. Like the system was wrong, not his assumption that the world runs on American default. Later that day, a woman argued with a train conductor in Kyoto because the JR pass should work on all trains. It does work on almost all trains, just not the premium Nozomi Shinkansen. She's holding the pass, pointing at it like it's evidence. I paid for this. The conductor explains she can take the Hikari train instead, same route, 15 minutes slower. She does not want the Hikari. I didn't come all this way to take the slow train. Ma'am, the Hikari goes 285 kilometers per hour. The conductor offers to help her board the Hikari. She stays put. I'll just wait here until you let me on this one. I took the Hikari. She was still there when we pulled away. But then Monday happened. I'm working at a bookstore in Amsterdam. American tourist approaches with books. I scan them. That'll be 47 euros and 50 cents. He hands me a $50 bill. I look at it, look at him. He smiles, waiting. I say, sorry, we take euros. His smile fades. Just give me the change in euros, it's fine. That's not how currency works. I explain we don't exchange money. His confusion is genuine. But you know what dollars are worth, right? Yes. That's not the issue. The issue is we're a bookstore in the Netherlands, not a bank. He looks around like someone's pranking him. Every other place took dollars. I'm genuinely curious where because it wasn't Europe. He starts explaining the dollar is universal currency, and most countries prefer it for stability. I'm Dutch. We use euros, have for 2 decades. He asks if I can just make an exception. I cannot make an exception to how currency works. You're really going to lose a sale over this? The ATM is visible from where we're standing. I point at it. He shakes his head. I shouldn't have to pay ATM fees when you could just take my money. My coworker mentions the currency exchange 2 doors down. He sighs like we're being difficult. In America, we take all kinds of money. That's what makes us a global economy. I don't know how to explain that America also doesn't take all kinds of money at random bookstores. He leaves the books and walks out. My coworker picks them up. Do you think he knows euros are stronger than dollars? I don't think currency strength was his concern. At a pharmacy in Prague, a woman is arguing about paracetamol. Not the price, the name. She keeps saying, I need Tylenol, and the pharmacist keeps saying, yes, paracetamol. She's shaking her head. No, Tylenol. For headaches. The pharmacist, in perfect English, explains that paracetamol is the same active ingredient as Tylenol. It's acetaminophen. Same thing, different name. She's not convinced. If it was the same thing, it would be called the same thing. The pharmacist shows her the box. Points at the ingredient. 500 milligrams paracetamol. Exactly like Tylenol. She squints. Why does it say paracetamol if it's acetaminophen? Because that's what it's called in Europe, and Asia, and most of the world. The US is the outlier. She asks if they have the American version. The pharmacist says this is the same medicine. She sets the box down. I'll just wait until I find a real pharmacy. Ma'am, you're in a real pharmacy in the capital of the Czech Republic. She leaves empty-headed, head still hurting, because the box didn't say the word she wanted. The pharmacist looks tired. This happens every summer. Paracetamol was invented in Germany in 1877. Tylenol came out in 1955. But sure, the European name is weird. At a restaurant in Barcelona, I watched 4 Americans try to send back patatas bravas because they ordered bravas, not potatoes. The waiter, confused, explains that patatas bravas are potatoes with spicy sauce. It's the name of the dish. One woman says, "But you have French fries too, right?" "Yes, those are patatas fritas. Also potatoes. Everything is potatoes with different preparations." They're not satisfied. So what are bravas then? Bravas is the style. The sauce. The waiter offers croquetas instead. They decline. "We'll just get the check." They leave hungry, convinced Barcelona doesn't know how to name its own food. The waiter clears the full plates. "They missed out," he says. "Those bravas looked incredible." I'm at a train station in Switzerland. American couple is arguing with the ticket agent about luggage being weighed. "We already paid for tickets," the man says. "Why does weight matter?" The agent explains Swiss trains have fees for oversized bags. They have 4 massive suitcases. The agent is incredibly polite. The woman interrupts. "In America, you can bring whatever fits." The agent nods. "This is Switzerland. Different rules." She looks at her husband. "Can we speak to a supervisor?" The supervisor arrives. Same explanation. "Pay the fee or check the bags." The man tries again. "We're only going to Zurich. It's like 20 minutes. It's 45 minutes, but distance doesn't change policy." The woman crosses her arms. "This feels like a scam. You're trying to get money from tourists." "Ma'am, the fee is 15 francs total. That's less than $17. Swiss train tickets cost more. This isn't a scam. They pay, but the energy is pure resentment. Like Switzerland personally attacked them by having luggage policies. I'm sitting with my single backpack, thinking about how many times they'll tell this story as evidence Europe is difficult. At a museum in Vienna, there's mandatory coat check. Large bags must be checked for art preservation. American guy is refusing. "I'm not letting my bag out of my sight." The attendant explains its museum policy. He's not budging. What if something gets stolen? The attendant, with extreme patience, explains the coat check is free, secured, and they've never had a theft in 30 years. He's shaking his head. That's what someone would say before the first theft. This is a museum trying to protect 500-year-old paintings from humidity damage. But in his mind, this is about his rights. Management arrives. Same explanation. He tries negotiating. "What if I keep my bag but promise not to touch anything?" That's not how art preservation works. Management offers to show him the coat check room. He peers in, sees the locked storage. Still doesn't trust it. Finally, his wife says, "Just check the bag. I want to see the Klimt." He checks it like he's surrendering to tyranny. "I check my coat," takes 15 seconds, and see them later in the gift shop. His bag is fine. Nothing stolen. But he's telling another tourist how Vienna makes you give up your belongings. They're bonding over being inconvenienced by basic museum policy. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the airport in Tokyo last month. I'm waiting for my flight when I hear a man arguing with Japan Airlines staff about why he can't board yet. His ticket says Zone 3. They're boarding Zone 1. He knows this. The issue is he doesn't think he should be Zone 3. I have a credit card with this airline, he says, holding it up. The gate agent explains that his ticket class determines his zone, not his credit card. He's in economy. Zone 3 boards after zones 1 and 2. It's written on his boarding pass. In English. He's reading it right now. Still arguing. I've been a loyal customer for 3 years. The agent, with inhuman patience, says he'll board in approximately 8 minutes when Zone 3 is called. 8 minutes. You'd think they asked him to swim there. This is ridiculous, he says. In America, they board by status. The agent nods. Yes, you have economy status. Zone 3. I'm trying not to laugh. Everyone around me is trying not to laugh. Then he says it. I paid a lot of money for this ticket. The agent, without missing a beat. Yes, economy class ticket. Zone 3. The delivery is so deadpan, so perfectly polite, it somehow makes it funnier. He has no comeback. He is in economy. He will board in Zone 3. These are facts. Zone 2 gets called. He watches with visible frustration. Finally, Zone 3. He rushes the gate first, naturally. Needs to reclaim dignity. I board behind him, watching him aggressively store his bag like the seat wronged him personally. Here's what I keep thinking about. It's not that these policies are complicated. They're not. It's that somewhere along the way, some people got convinced the world should default to them. That metric systems and euros and boarding zones are obstacles, not just different systems. That speaking English means everyone should operate in American English. That paying money means you've won something beyond the service you paid for. And the wildest part? These are the small things. Daily friction points, not major conflicts. Just life abroad. But watching someone call international banking a personal attack really makes you wonder what happens when they hit actual culture shock. Right now, somewhere in Seoul, someone's probably arguing that kimchi should be less spicy for tourists. In Rome, someone's asking why the Colosseum doesn't have AC. And somewhere, some underpaid service worker is explaining reality with the patience of a saint, knowing this conversation will happen again tomorrow. The world doesn't run on American settings. And honestly, that's what makes it interesting.